So I'm going to read my pseudo-translation of the book of Revelations, but changing the narrator. So I don't know how familiar you are with the book of Revelations. It was written by a man, John of Patmos, who was essentially excommunicated to an island on which he wrote the book of Revelations. So instead of that, imagine your standard barnyard American pig writing the book of Revelations as if he's had a revelation. That manuscript has been typed onto snakeskins, and that is what I will be reading today. I have never read the thing in its entirety. I have no idea how long it would take to read it in its entirety. So I'll just ask if, when I'm half up with my time, hold up the yellow card, and when you want me done, hold up the red card. And I'll pass these around right now while I'm reading. I'm not going to read from the snakeskin. I'll read from a manuscript.
Okay, when you're half done, you'll get through that.
Thank you. So the name of the piece is Thwack Thwack, Behold the Pirate Pig. Sweet-tempered gunpowder lust, she cometh. I speak for 7 wishbone spirits, earthly princes of multiple births, my faithful first begotten of the dead. My pirate pig, who made me minister the festive mother. In laughter, blood, and perfume, to her be glory and gestation forever. All band-aids and blessings of wisdom, all mannered schisms are in hand. Round about the festive mother run 20 faux steers, shushed and brushed to a pearl finish, their horns tipped with gold, their necks adorned with 4-leaf clovers, in their tails crimson ribbons flourish. Her John Deere throne sparks, sputters, fires a back talk, a blue defeat. 7 headlamps shine smart in my eyes, spearheads inhabiting a new host. An earthly sea of crystal and algae stretches out beneath treaded tires. 4 hairy brutes stand at times in place of the tires, at other times fueling the tractor. Such truths are difficult to say. The devil is in details, unity in diversity. One beast is gray, built like a wolf. The second, soft, brown like a beaver. The third, a vulture, patient and practical. The fourth, a human face, masked in pleasantries. Each brute possesses 3 sets of wings, and their insides are full of eyes. They do not rest from their shouting and stinging of praises unto her who rules the day and the night, the ugly and the beautiful, the rank and the tameable. They do not rest. When the brutes cry out in worship, the 24 glossy steers fall on their faces before the grandmother of everything and the grandmother of nothing, soiling their fool-equipped horns into the grinder, thrashing their tails in gratitude, resenting all needs. Fellow serpents of the human species, I live only as I am told. No longer will you find me slopping hogs with yesterday's hash. I am a child of war. I surrender my worship of bloat, of rot, and of traditions. War again will refresh our palate, our taste for life. The pirate pig has risen from the bottomless bucket. All about me lash 7-headed cockerel's nunchuck wings. Make merry with false profiteering, with 2-tongued sword swallowers, carving them from Christmas to crucifixion. On the day of her slaughter, I heard laughter like a bellows. Be wary of living. Are you ready to die? I will come like a chief in delight, ready for bedding, shedding the night, beheading the weary who've shucked the husks of love. Too few have defiled me. They alone are worthy and will not be blotted out. I am the she-key to your food chains. What I eat does not run free. What runs free, I beat. Turning towards the voice, I saw 7 rolling pins. My infatuation melted into fear. Her head and her airs cut a quick figure. Her eyes burped the blue fame of alchemy. My death bone quickened. Her calloused feet turned the earth round. I lusted for her boundless words drenched in stutter. Multiple vocals of agony and of continuous loves. In her right hand were 7 pigeons, each with scroll and chain. Her right foot on my head she spake. Perfection has its implied flaws. Everyone needs a spiritual toilet. It is easier to fall down than up. Pigs like me hot, pigs like me bold, pigs like me never do as they're told. I am she that was slaughtered, drink the blood from my giving wounds, possess the peace of hell, a piece of death, know the mystery of 70 angelic pigeons and 7 golden rolling pins. You are neither brazen nor beefy. I spew you out of my mouth. Come, take the moles from my word hill and make verbs with me. Awake in me the blue fire with your bare feet eyes. Turn the world for a prophet and bathe yourself at dawn with heaven's squatters. As plenty as I love, I barbecue. Be zealous and repent. I have let you run free, but soon slam home the gates. Come to me, death, and all who are dying. Come to me all who are giddy with obstacle-free salvation. My abyss awaits. There is room for all. You sweat in ecstasy at my triumph, and you strive onward in my short, shame-ridden, and demon-bitten name. Remember from where you fell, where you'll return, the orchard of your birth love, a feasting where you fast in the me that gives me life, and in the tree fort of the beast and the patootie. The butcher will bludgeon a few of your heads and slit a few of your genitals. You will be in the freezer for many days. Keep the faith. A golden rolling pin boasts your namesake. Overcome no one, no thing, and second death shall not hurt you. I hold these things against you. You worship inconsistently. You believe nonviolent truths. You erect stumbling blocks where you should erect chopping blocks. I hold these things against you. I cut you out with the sword from my mouth, the hunger of mud season and of fire season, food, sex, death approaches. Repent, and you shall live on the flesh of my words. Repent, and the stones of my gizzard shall be your medallions. On these stones a new name is scritten, which no beast knows save them that redeem the wound. Deceit becomes you, crossbreeder of words, inbreeder of thought. I give you time to relent, and you condemn me to a living grave, a life of craving. Do not cling to your fat dominance. Hold fast till I come, till the end. I am of the species, by the species, and for the species. You will rule with instinct and shadows. All heathens will combust forth, giving of their crowbars, bloodletting the 7 engorged hearts. In festive mother's third hand, a ledger lay bound in 7 barbed coils. Her spotted pigeons provoked vengeance with weasel jaws. Why ridiculosity? Who will sacrifice secrecy for infamy? Neither human, god, nor brute, in heaven on earth, or the splayed places between, dare drench barbed wire to read hieroglyphic rings of fire scrawled by worm-like digits to the inner bark of extinct trees, except those who know where the food chain caves in on itself, eating a living out of meaning, heart, meat, feet, a body does, a body good. But there was none who knew. I wept, tired of waiting. I, like many others, had wanted the forbidden fruit tasted. We had not comprehended the effects of knowledge. One of the steers saw my agony, the parasitic flatworm rolling over in my belly, and comforted me with wine and with merriment and with its garland of clover. In the center of her throne, in the center of the brutes, 3 sets of wings each, lay a roast cockerel, as it had been slain and smoked and garnished, with 7 heads, 7 names, 7 side dishes, and 7 sauces. He rose, dressed in chicken's dressing, removed the ledger from the third hand of she who shone all glory and giddy forever. An unread manuscript is like that of an empty casket. Someone will always argue it should stay that way. Having spoken, the cockerel served itself up using the ledger as its platter. 24 steers and 4 winged brutes picked up their banjos and crystal shotgun shells of putrefaction. They sang a new song, and the 4,761 angels, pigeons, and flowers of heaven called out, "Desirable is the rooster who was slaughtered, sour mash, fishes, and pork forever and ever." Their bellies full of bobbed quail, every creature in heaven, on earth, and between the 2 defunct spaces we only see when we're gone enough, cried out with shame that lives forever in the dinner plates of hungry souls. And festive mother unraveled the 7 barbed coils. As the first sprung free, a thunderous cavalcade descended the stairs, a gray horse, an old bicycle, and a monkey in a hard hat. The monkey held a bow in his hand, straddled the gray who rode the bicycle. Together they trod forth to conquer what lay down. After weeks of victory and unbridled aggression without rest, the gray's hindquarters seized. All three collapsed, enjoying the peace of mind that war brings. No longer did political politeness inflict moral quandary. This was war, and all scalping fair. When the second coil broke beneath her gaze, the human-faced brute ushered me aside and read the palm of my hand. In my own palm, the palm that smote back 1,000 ideas in fear, I saw a red roan spotted like the plague, pedaled its rustic bicycle with mechanical repetition. On its back spat a monkey sword. In her hands was the power to dispatch peace or not at her whimsy. To the left and right she cried, "Here's a great lie. The pen is mightier than the sword. And here is another. Peace has far greater terrors than war. And another. Women are the more domestic sex. And one more for the obtuse. Every statement implies its opposite." When she'd loosened the third coil, a soft furry brute smacked me upside the head with its beaver tail. I followed in mutually exclusive fear and amusement. A coal-black mule wheeled about on a unicycle, to and fro betwixt the mind, the mind's eye, and the world I create with my words. And clutching the black mule's mane with her feet was another monkey. Above her head, she raised a shiny new set of scales. The mule and monkey did not hesitate, but went wholeheartedly amongst the crying and the dead, shouting, "A side of ham for $1, 3 pork chops for $1, and see that you're not cheap with the lard and the whiskey." After laboring all night, the fourth clutch of wire gave way over breakfast. Without taking leave of the blood sausage feast, I watched the death monkey stuff her monkey face, giving freely of the bounty to her palomino, whose pot belly rested on top of handlebars and whose hooves pumped both sets of pedals on her bicycle built for two with her 4 powerful legs. All hell followed after them, a throng of pitiful persuasion. To the herds of hell was given the power to kill with weapon, with hunger, with death itself, and with all hooves, horns, 4 legs or 2 that meandered the earth in reverie. Nearly never there, festive mother accelerated her efforts. Bitten fingernails beneath the 5th coil of barbed wire, she wrenched against the cockerel's better judgment until, like her grenade, it exploded, barbed shrapnel into her hands, her chest, her face. But her success was evident by heaven's altar crumbling. From its rubble crawled the souls and face bones of them whose mind holes had been gone in defense of the pirate pig's words and testicles for which they were slaughtered. From their throats rallied a slit cry of love. Death cannot reap its prey unless life equally prays and worships. How long, sweet Lord, will you wait? That's the first snakeskin, and I'm going to stop there. Thank you very much.